That's not right.
Jesus.
This episode
What's that?
Totes Recall is still sponsored by
Just barely.
Terrible Origami, holding on by a thread to the
Out of
sponsorship.
pity.
Well, I'm confused. I thought we lost the sponsorship.
I also thought that.
I think maybe the site did some business.
Well, not actual business with money transactions, but a couple of people favorited a thing that indicates someone looked at it.
Ooh, traffic.
Yeah.
So we are now getting
Unique
sponsors
visitors.
because people are liking things on Etsy.
Yes. Well, and
That
sponsor.
sounds- yeah.
But I would say we probably our sponsorship card is available if someone would like to sponsor
Certainly.
Totes Recall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just tweet at us, DM us,
Yeah.
email us.
Any of those.
We have a new email address.
It's true. We'll talk about it more at the end of the podcast.
Oh, teaser.
Because we only
Ooh.
want sponsors that are willing to listen to the entire podcast.
Yeah.
That's how sponsorships work.
Yeah.
You should be a fan first
Yeah.
and a sponsor second.
Absolutely. Just like it is in Hollywood.
Yes, exactly. So, putting the OMG in origami.
TerribleOrigami.com.
Did we not actually say that?
Home of the $1 Million Frog. And other reasonably priced items,
Yeah.
like t-shirts.
Buy those.
T-shirts.
Dummy.
You're wearing one right now.
I'm wearing right now.
Oh, too bad.
We'll sell you Dan's t-shirt.
Whoa.
Whatever
Yeah.
it takes.
I'll autograph it for
Oh.
$1,000.
I love it.
That's like a pretty good deal.
That's a lot of pizza.
Yeah.
Ooh. .com.
Totes Recall.
Ooh, welcome to Totes Recall, the podcast where we talk about a movie we don't remember well, watch that movie, eat 2 pizzas, 2 salads, watch that movie, come back from that full of goodness and
What
ideas.
kind of goodness?
Pizza goodness.
Yep.
Okay, enough pizza
Like a
talk.
cheesy,
Cheesy marinara.
Some greens. Light dressing.
one meat, one veggie.
Yeah. Mamma mia. Then we talk about that movie
Oh, no.
a second time, and then we end the podcast.
And you all have a great time.
You have a great time. You listen to it on your earbuds
Yep.
or phones
Or your Beats by Dre.
or your
Or you
Beats by
have a
Dre.
terrible time.
you
Because
do.
you're so mad at us for
Yeah,
not
or
remembering.
you
Oh, sure.
scream through the entire first half of the
Yeah, and
podcast.
then you get pulled over because they're like, "Why are you screaming, sir or
You're like,
madam?"
oh, it's Totes Recall, the podcast.
And then they're like, "Oh, that podcast, I love it."
Yeah,
And then they're like, move along.
yeah. Or have a ticket for bad taste for not liking this podcast.
Oh, because they're
Oh.
yelling.
Yeah.
Oh, a counter ticket. Like, I take your ticket for the traffic violation and issue you a ticket for not liking Total
I thought
Recall.
the cop liked it and the driver didn't.
I thought.
Oh. Wow, this scenario is complicated.
Yeah, I kind of lost the thread of that scenario.
My name is Dan,
I'm Molly.
I'm also Dan.
I'm Beth.
and our movie is Independence Day 1.
ID4.
ID4, colon 1.
ID 41.
The first one.
41.
In honor of the second one that came out 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Or
celebrating
more?
Independence Day.
Ah.
Independence from calendars.
Right? It came out in like June, right? The sequel?
The Resurgence
Yeah,
did,
it
yeah.
didn't
Yeah.
come out on Independence Day, which seems like a bad marketing.
Weird.
Because
Yeah.
it wasn't Independence Day on a Friday. No, it was a Monday.
Still.
Still,
Maybe
They
didn't
could have
want
done
it-
the weekend.
come out on the
Sorry.
first.
They may not have wanted a direct comparison.
It's a sequel.
Isn't that like the
I
whole
know.
point?
No.
That's why they made it.
It's
So
even got
people
the
would-
word resurgence
Wait,
in the
Oh, I
title.
don't mean a
I'm
comparison
confused.
based on the moviegoer's experience. I mean based on ticket sales and press.
Oh.
It's like, oh, last time when they launched on 4th of July weekend, it was the biggest movie ever.
So if it does poorly, they can blame
They can be like,
their
oh,
own
well, it's-
choice of timing?
Yes, absolutely.
That's like cutting your nose off? No.
What?
No, well, it's like
Shoring it up? Preparing?
it's like punching yourself in the face
Uh-huh.
and then
Blaming.
daring someone to punch you.
I feel like there's a idiom for
But
sabotaging
cutting
yourself.
off your nose to spite your face
Yes.
is not.
There it is.
Right. No,
But
that's
that's
not
just-
it. It's not quite it.
That's just about spite.
Tweet at us. Hashtag what that idiom.
Yeah.
Short and sweet. Nailed it.
Love it. So good.
I think I saw this movie in the theater because I remember that it came out on the 4th.
Right.
And I remember
Of
July.
okay.
Independence Day,
Independence
as it's
Day.
known in this country, which is the United States of America, if
Yeah.
that wasn't clear.
Right. America. USA #1.
USA number
Patriot.
1.
I think. We'll see if I'm right. I think it came out on the 4th, which was a Friday. And I remember thinking that was cool that worked out. And so we saw it at the theater because of that.
That was the reason you went to see it?
No, I mean, it looked cool, too. It's a
Yeah.
space movie with aliens, boom, boom.
Yeah.
But I don't remember anything more about my experience other than that.
Right.
96? I'm going to say 96.
Nice.
That would have been the Summer Olympics.
Oh,
Also.
in Hotlanta.
Yeah. Oh, no. Nope. Okay. No, it is not called Hotlanta.
But
Just
it's hot there.
It
And
doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Hotlanta is from the 70s. If you want to abbreviate Atlanta, you can say ATL, or you can just say Atlanta.
What does that mean? Hotlanta is from the 70s.
Oh,
Like
Lord
the-
bless us. Like, that's when people would say something. That would be like, oh, Hotlanta. But, like,
Who would
was-
say that?
people who were at the time current and probably had mustaches would say Hotlanta, and it made sense in that context. But we've
Because
left
they have
that
their hot
behind.
mustaches? Because
Just
they were
be-
so overpowered with sexuality and
Yes.
okay.
Exactly. But yes, it's so, like, for 20 years it has been old. It's like, is that
retro now.
Minneapolis or is that a Minneapple? Like, people don't want to hear
Literally
that.
never heard that.
Oh, really? I've heard that.
I haven't heard it.
I mean,
People call it the mini apple.
oh really?
Yeah. Get it?
But
So
what
you've
about
never-
the Big Apple? That's from like a long time ago, and people still say that.
Yeah.
New Yorkers don't say that.
I've heard movie New Yorkers say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, hot
should
dog cart guy.
Yeah.
So it's like, have a hot dog in
What
the
are you
Big
doing
Apple.
in the Big Apple? You want a hot dog? Oh, jeez. There goes Spider-Man.
Yeah, this is the first scene of every New York movie.
Yeah.
Because that's how you know, that's how you get the plot, is the hot dog cart man says, "What are you doing in the Big Apple?" And then our protagonist explains it.
Yeah.
Yep.
No,
Oh, well, I'm here to...
I'm from out of town.
Yeah. I'm here to find love.
Or I'm a cop
Yeah.
in Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah.
There's a blind man beating people up with sticks.
Yeah. Or, I'm trying to save this city from the corruption and the cancer of crime.
Yeah.
Also, race relations. This is an important movie.
Well, if you want to talk about out of town, there's nothing more out of town than Aliens, am I right?
Hey! Boom, boom, boom.
Boom.
Bringing us back.
I remember watching this fairly recently on TV.
Oh.
And so there's some critical moments that are clear in my mind. All of them have Will Smith in them,
He's in a lot
except
of the
for
movie.
one. He is in a lot
He's
of
in
the
a
movie.
lot of this movie.
One is him walking out his front door and everything's either abandoned or everybody's looking skyward.
Yes.
Oh.
Two is when he punches that alien in the face in the desert and he
Welcome to
says
Earth.
something clever. Oh, welcome to
He
Earth?
says, "Welcome to Earth."
Is that a bet?
Chuck's bet. Welcome
Okay.
to Earth. Punch alien in the face.
That happens during the punch?
Right
Or
after.
punch? Oh, right. Like punch,
Wow.
welcome to
Earth.
Clever.
And is it like, welcome to Earth, fella?
No,
Buddy,
straight up.
just
Welcome to Earth.
Or did you
Cool.
mean like it's implied? Are you saying like fella's implied because he's being like spiteful and sassy?
No, I meant literally.
Oh, like actually said
Yeah.
fella out
He's
loud?
not
I
welcoming.
wouldn't think he'd actually say fella.
It's an ironic welcome.
Okay,
Yeah,
excellent.
because he's mad at the alien.
Yeah.
Oh, I would
He's like a New Yorker. Like, welcome to the Big Apple. Oh,
Except he's from like LA.
I stole your wallet.
Right.
Yeah. This is, well, but the president's there.
This is a country spanning movie.
Yeah, I think he starts out somewhere warm. I think it might be California.
Many characters come from many places.
Yeah. I think
Oh,
he's
because
in
there's
LA
that
too.
whole trailer park situation.
Right.
Yeah, there are
And-
subplots.
Oh, and they drive to Area 51,
Yep.
Nevada.
We're just jumping all over the place.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yes, correct.
So the walking out the door, the punching the alien in the face and
Yep.
saying something smart,
Yep.
and then the airplane flying into the center of the ship.
Yeah.
It's not Will Smith.
No, that's not Will Smith.
Okay. Just check it.
Oh, yeah, well, I said all but one. The
Oh.
last one is not.
I wasn't paying attention.
That's okay.
I just heard Will Smith and was just like, yep.
Yep,
Talking about Will
yep.
Smith. Here we go.
Yeah, he's great.
He is pretty great in this movie and in other movies.
Yep. I think this was his first big movie. I want to say that.
It was definitely his first big movie that wasn't like, hey, look, we're trying really hard to make you forget that he was the Fresh Prince. You know what I mean? Because I feel like he did some movies where he's just like, look how actor I am, or look how not a silly guy I am.
Oh, was
And
the
then-
one where his character kept saying "bottle of beer"? Are you talking about? It was
No.
It was an arty movie. Molly's bets. I don't remember the name, but I'll look it up later.
So you're betting
That you'll look it up?
that you'll look it up? Is that the bet?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take that bet.
Yeah.
But it was, I think it was designed to 6 degrees of separation.
Okay.
Oh, for the win.
Wait. What
I have just fact checked it with myself, and it's right.
Okay.
But I think this was his, I want to say it's like his first movie star
Like
movie.
tentpole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this Will Smith, he can bring a crowd.
Oh, we'll do Men in Black next.
Yeah, and
and
Wild
people
Wild
be
West.
confused. Yeah.
Yeah.
People are confused by Men in Black?
No, I just think when you think about Independence Day, it's hard to not also think about Men in Black.
I disagree.
Oh.
I also disagree.
Yes, Beth.
I feel like I'm gonna have some confusion between the two. Here's why.
Okay.
Because
Wait.
wait, I'm skipping over you. Is that okay?
Oh, I had the exact same experience as Dan, where
Okay.
I know saw it in the theater, and I don't remember anything else about it, other than seeing it in the theater.
Cool. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So I think I was very young when it came out. Like too young to see it in theater, and even too young to see it like if it were brought to my home.
Sure.
I think it came out in '94. I
Ooh.
would have been 5 years old. But I remember a lot of things around it, and I know for a fact that I still own a bottle of
Beer.
they were called
6 degrees of separation.
hold on, Orbits.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
They were like a clear, weird fruit drink that
Yeah.
had like floaty things in
Yeah.
them.
Like
and
bubble tea?
Kinda.
Yeah, except for if the bubbles tasted like garbage.
And if they were like soda instead of tea.
Yeah,
And if like
It was not
Hacker
good.
Kitties in the mid-90s really enjoyed them.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I know that I have one still that has a lid on it from Independence Day.
Some branded
Oh, like it
merch.
says the movie on it?
Yeah, I remember the marketing, like a lot of it, and I know that the poster had like the spaceship with the beam over the White House.
Oh, yeah. Iconic.
Iconic,
Yeah.
indeed.
But I don't think I saw that movie until after I saw Men in Black, because I think I saw Men in Black, and then my dad was like, "Oh, you like Will Smith in an alien movie? You might like this."
It's like your very own Netflix.
Yes,
Nice.
you may
Dadflix.
enjoy. So that's I think I've only seen it one time,
Whoa.
and so
What?
I feel like everything I know about it or remember from it is like
From
things
merchandise?
that I've heard from other people. Like I know Jeff Goldblum is in it.
Yeah.
I think Bill Paxton is the president.
Mm.
Bill Pullman.
Bill Pullman.
Yeah.
Okay, Bill Pullman is the president. And I only know that because there's always a debate on whether Bill Paxton is Bill Pullman.
Right. We have had that debate on the show.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have.
People get confused. This is for sure Bill Pullman.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. It would be a very different speech if it were Bill Paxton.
Yeah. That is so good.
Oh, man. Ooh, speaking of weird merchandise, Beth just reminded me that I remember getting a DVD-ROM game
Oh.
in like a box of cereal for this movie. And we were like, oh, cool. Like, we thought it'd be like a cool alien whatever game because of the trailers for the
Yeah.
movie. It was not. It was very dumb and very buggy and very difficult to play.
Yeah, a free cereal game.
Yeah.
Was it?
I don't think it
You
even
think they rushed
involved
that to release?
I think it honestly wasn't even like fly around and shoot aliens. It was like, you are Jeff Goldblum trying to hack into the mothership, and it was literally just like clicking around. It was like a puzzle game, but like really bad and boring.
Oh, the hacking in this
So
is
good.
delightful.
So good.
Delightful movie computers.
Yes,
Where I believe, so this is jumping way to the end.
it's fine.
But they have to bring down the mothership shield. So Jeffy G and Willie Smith ride up in a stolen alien ship
Yeah,
with a MacBook and just upload a virus with just like a single button that says upload virus. And then they're like, I think there appears, I want to say on the alien's terminal, like a laughing face or like a skull and crossbone
That
appears.
sounds
and
So
flashes.
much like Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
There's there's definitely some sort of just like icon, like reminiscent of like, remember Mr. Yuck? Remember the Mr. Yuck stickers?
No.
What? None of you?
Oh, I do.
yeah. I
There we
know
go.
Mr. Yuck.
Absolutely.
What's Mr. Yuck?
Well, Dan, since you grew up in California,
Yeah.
you probably had nothing but harmless organic cleaning solvents in all of your
Yeah, we
households.
just use vinegar.
Right.
The ocean breeze brushed everything clean.
But people in the rest of the country will know that there used to be a campaign where you would put Mr. Yuck stickers, which was a green face, like smiley kind of face sort of emoji with a tongue sticking out.
Yeah.
And what that was you taught your children that like if you see a bottle or a container with Mr. Yuck sticker on it, that means don't put that in your body, dummy.
Oh, sure. Don't drink poison?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like it's like a alien skull shape.
Oh, really?
Like, I feel like it's an alien face.
You don't think it was like a
Crossbones.
Jeffy G joke? Like,
There is a Jeffy G joke. When he opens up his laptop says, "Good morning, Dave."
references.
Really?
I get it.
Yeah.
I don't
his
remember
name,
that.
I think in the movie it is.
Nice.
Wish it would have been easy enough to write that in.
Sure.
I mean, it's not based on a true story,
That's
as far
true.
as I know.
This is another sexy Jeffy G movie, right? Is this...
How
okay,
many buttons unbuttoned?
I know we already talked about this in Jurassic Park, and I already forgot. But is this the movie where he's lounging with his shirt open and he's just glistening
Well,
with
that's
sweat?
JP.
That was JP.
Okay. Is it also this movie?
There are-
Dan's bet. Also this movie, he's lounging, recovering, and looking very hot.
I hope so. There's definitely at least one moment in this movie where, like, it's at the end of the movie when, spoiler alert, humanity wins.
Yeah.
Oh.
USA #1. Where, like, we are to believe that, like, the movie at least purports, and I'm sure some people are okay with this, but others may have disagreed at the time, that in the way that Will Smith and Jeffy G are, like, doing their victory walk back to their loved ones, we are to understand that Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum are equally as cool, equally as sexy. There is no difference between the two.
They do smoke cigars.
Yes, they do.
Victories? No, they think they're going to die.
Oh.
And so they're like, might as well light up. And then they do some fun comic waving at the alien.
Right.
That's way at the end, though.
Yeah. Well, one of them is definitely smoking a cigar when they're doing the cool march.
Yeah.
Because I remember thinking, like, oh, weird that those are still, like, fine.
We're fine with cigars being cool.
Well, I just meant, like, the cigars themselves, like, made it in their tumultuous journey back to Earth, that they were still, like, you know, in a good enough shape where, like, they could have perfectly rolled cigars in their
Sure.
mouths.
At one point, they're wearing... I can picture them wearing, like, pilot suits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a tan
Yep.
pilot suit.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then it's maybe Will Smith, just like a white sleeveless top
Oh.
underneath that. and
Sure.
then it
There's a
has
lot
that.
of that.
Do you think
yeah.
he does the?
Tight
Do you think
tees?
he does the tie, the top of the
Yeah, I
jumpsuit
do.
on his waist
Oh,
thing?
for sure.
Nice.
Yeah, or at least it's just rolled down.
Sure.
That's a visual that I have.
Yeah, I feel like Muscle T makes a lot of appearance starting with the first scene.
I'm gonna expand on that. Dan's bet: Will Smith is either in a full flight suit or a tight tee this entire movie.
Ooh.
It's one or the other. You know what I mean?
Dog tags? Does he have dog tags?
Probably. He's
Yeah,
in
he's
the
military.
He's in the Air Force, I believe. Yeah,
And he's just like a schmo.
he's just a guy.
How
Is
does
he not like a test pilot?
No,
I think he's just good at it.
He's just like a good pilot, but just like your average Joe.
Yeah.
But I don't remember how he gets roped into it.
Because he punched the alien.
Oh, is he the one that finds the alien?
Because he punched the alien.
But doesn't he?
Oh,
Does he
that makes
dogfight
sense.
with the alien?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
And then
he
the
brings the
alien,
alien down.
murders his best friend, Harry Connick Jr.
What?
And that's why he's so pissed and punches the alien.
it's like a goose moment.
Wait,
Kinda, yeah.
Harry Connick Jr.
Harry
is in
Connick
this
Jr.
movie?
plays Will Smith's best pilot friend in this movie. They are bros. They love each other in a way that only military bros can.
Wow.
And he's super pissed when Harry Connick Jr. goes up in flames.
But he's like celebratory when he punches that alien, isn't he?
Well, he's celebratory in that he's still alive.
Yeah.
And the alien is also alive, so he's pissed.
Is that a cold open?
No.
Okay.
I don't remember how this movie opens. Is it just Will Smith like saying goodbye to his daughter?
I feel like I already covered this. It's like the opening scene.
I thought,
Which one?
Wait.
Like he wakes up next to his wife.
who is his actual wife, right?
I don't think it's Jada Pinkett.
I think it is. Brad Pitt.
what?
Really?
Jada
Did you,
Pinkett
wait,
Smith.
you already said this out loud?
Well,
Yes.
I don't know if you said it was the
Because
cold
he walks
open of
out the
movie.
door, well, the very beginning of the movie.
Yeah, it's near the beginning. I feel like isn't the beginning of the movie the shadow of the ship coming across the moon?
Oh,
and we
like
watch
Star Wars?
the Apollo plaque like quiver or something?
That
seems like a thing.
That definitely happens in the movie.
I believe that's
Oh,
open.
well then I guess
but
that
I don't know if that's like the exact opening scene.
Wow.
Like this movie is built in sort of that like, I mean, it is built in sort of like the classic like invasion trope where it's like there's like at least 20 minutes where it's just like, what's happening? You know what I mean? There's a lot of just people being like, oh, there's a strange something happening in space. And then Jeffy G, who's like a super hacker or something, but also runs a TV station.
Yeah, he's a journalist, right?
I don't remember.
He's a journalist, runs a TV station, and hacks.
Well, it's something where it's like, I feel like he either has a conflict with his dad. He has a lot of family conflicts in this movie.
Yeah.
He either has a conflict with his dad or his wife or ex-wife, where it's like, you could have been something, but
I think
instead
it's
you're a
his
TV
ex-wife.
man or something.
Ex-wife.
Because I can't get out of my head X-Wing fighter, ex-wife, but it's not helpful. Okay, so, but there's a whole other, speaking of family issues, there's a whole other bad dad out in the desert
Yes.
who's an alcoholic, who's
Correct.
fallen from grace.
Randy Quaid.
Randy Quaid.
And his kids want to be able to look up to him.
Yep.
And he
Yeah.
tries to live up to their expectations, and eventually he does in the most suicidal manner
The
possible.
ultimate expectation live up.
Yes. By saving all of humanity.
Yeah, I mean,
Or
that's cool.
most of humanity. Or a chunk of humanity. I guess Jeffy
The
G and Will
remainder.
Smith save all of
Oh,
humanity.
that's right, because he buys them time.
Well, he's
Yes,
the
that's-
final one.
He buys them time. That's right.
No.
Right?
Don't. Because they take down the shields, so then
Sure.
Randy Quaid can fly into it because they're out of missiles.
Oh, right. And then...
So that blows up the mothership.
No, the mothership's up in space because it's so big.
Oh, it blows up the beam ship.
Yeah. But there's a bunch of beam ships all around the world.
Oh, but then they have to blow up that mothership.
Ooh, but I think there's a... I
Don't
think
they
there's...
blow up the mothership to take the shields off of the beam ships?
Yeah, and then Dan's bet there's a random one-line extra who is like part of the military who's like, he's figured out their weakness. Like, he's like, they give Randy Quaid's character like, oh, he figured out how to take the ships down in like one fell swoop. And I think there is like an expository line of just like, shoot that part or something.
But the whole reason he has to fly into the ship is because they run out of missiles.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
everybody's being a pilot.
Yeah, because the
Bill
shields
Pullman.
aren't down yet, and they keep shooting
Oh,
missiles.
Bill Pullman gets in and flies too.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
He's the president.
He's
Yes.
the president.
But he's
It's like
ex-Air Force.
every last person, and then Randy Quaid says, I'm a pilot.
Right.
I can fly.
But then it's a humor joke because he's also like weirdo.
He's a crazy alcoholic
Yeah.
in life and in this movie.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Mothership gets blown up first and then Beam Ship.
Because they got to take out those shields.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I hope the mothership gets to talk to some other mothership, because otherwise I don't think this is going to pass the Bechdel Wallace.
Whoa!
Old. Well, there's two wife characters
Yes.
who I better named.
Yes. I'm going to say it does pass.
Oh,
because the president's wife talks to Will Smith's wife.
Yes.
And they talk about, like, themselves.
Oh, because Will Smith's wife has to get through a tunnel.
Yeah.
Oh, a tunnel of doom.
And she,
It's
like,
a very
runs
bad
into the
situation.
first lady who's dying or
Oh,
something.
yeah, and saves her life.
And they, like, talk about something that isn't their husband's. I'm sure they talk about their husbands, but I'm
Okay.
pretty sure they also talk about themselves.
Yeah.
hope so.
I think it's
and
a
she's got a
pass,
little
too.
boy,
Yeah.
not the president's wife.
Yeah.
Will Smith's wife, who I
Yeah.
hope is named.
Is it Jaden?
I really don't think it is.
No, he'd
Isn't it
be
too early?
Yeah, he would have been.
I think it is.
Not born yet.
Holding hard to Jada Pinkett Smith. Pinkett at this point, probably.
Oh, you
What?
think this is where they met?
Yeah.
Oh!
This is their independence
sense.
from
Scientology.
Singlehood day.
singlehood. Yeah. Are they both Scientologists?
Yeah.
That's too bad.
Willie Smith?
Yeah, I think so.
I've never heard that before in my life.
Oh,
I feel like that's pretty high profile.
That's bet. They're
Tweet at us.
Yeah.
Will Smith.
Oh, yeah. Or Channing Tatum.
Or Channing Tatum. Hashtag
You know.
Will Smith Scientologist or Will Smith no Scientologist.
Yeah, I like it.
Will Smith's son's big on Twitter.
That's
Should we-
true.
tweet at him.
Yeah.
Your dad is Scientologist? Question mark?
And then I'll probably just send a link for Google that. Let me Google that for
Hashtag
you.
Google it, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, again, as we've now set a precedent, if any celebrity wants to respond directly to us just with the hashtag Google it.
Yeah, I will give them a retweet
Yeah.
with a thumbs up emoji.
Yeah. Huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
And then I'll tweet again after I've Googled it. Maybe I'll tag them. Maybe.
Yeah.
If you have enough characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I've got enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. Ooh. I feel like there's a point where, like, Jeff Goldblum is, like, he's looking at, like, the weird signal that's coming from space.
Yeah.
And I think he literally does, like, movie typing, where he's just typing very fast to hack something.
Yeah.
And, like, turns the weird symbols into a countdown clock. Because he's the one that figures out it's a countdown clock.
Oh, because they're receiving
Because they're
like, a
all
weird
synchronizing,
signal?
so they're going to blow up everything at once.
Oh,
Yeah.
Neo.
And I think he actually just goes like, "Oh my god," and just does like a weird little type on a computer, and then like all the crazy symbols turn into like normal numbers.
I'll believe that.
What do the beams do?
What do you mean?
Oh, they destroy.
They like there are beams on the buildings, but
Yeah.
they're just from what I remember, they're just beams of light. But they have to are they like a target, like a laser?
No,
like,
They
They're-
blow them up.
They're the actual weapon
Yeah,
oh,
I think it like
but then why is it on the White House?
because it's blowing
They
up
blew
the White House.
They blew up the White House?
that's like this psychotic scene in the movie.
They blow up so many monuments.
Oh, that's right, because there are people standing on top of a tall building, and they really do this close-up on this one extra that I really felt for when I watched it the first time. And she's so excited. Oh, she's a colleague of somebody.
Oh yeah, and they're like the aliens are our saviors.
They're like,
or
what?
whatever.
Or no, they're just like, welcome. We want welcome. And then this beam of light comes down, and they're like, oh, it's so beautiful. And they get blown up.
Right.
The whole building.
Let's try to name the iconic landmarks that are destroyed by the beam ships.
Okay.
White House.
The Eiffel Tower.
Eiffel Tower. Yes.
Empire State Building or the Chrysler Building.
I feel like the Sphinx is in this.
Oh.
That would make sense.
Isn't the Sphinx? Isn't the Sphinx the one at the end where there's like a
Oh.
dead ship next to the Sphinx to show like all the world is safe?
Yeah, the Sphinx is safe. I'm gonna say Sphinx is in it.
Okay,
Sphinx is safe.
Safe.
but maybe
Oh,
maybe
Los
the Pyramid
Angeles.
of Giza.
Like something Los Angeles.
Something Los
The
Angeles.
Hollywood
got it.
sign?
Maybe. Something. The
You guys
airport.
want to say Hollywood sign?
The airport.
The airport.
Just the whole airport.
What, Sydney Opera House?
Sure.
Yeah,
I don't
that's what
actually
it
remember
is.
how many cuts they do when they blow stuff up.
I feel like there's a lot of.
Does Mount Rushmore get blown up?
Oh, that'd be amazing.
That would be great.
That might be
It's not very
Mars Attacks.
strategic.
Though.
Oh, Mars Attacks.
That might be the movie Mars Attacks.
That just is the movie Mars. Spaceship comes in, blows it up.
Yeah. Oh, what about like Big Ben?
Yeah.
like
For
Thing
sure.
in the
It's
water,
got to
right?
be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty
Did they
good.
blow up the Great Wall of China?
Oh, and maybe
All of
Rio.
Oh, that big Jesus?
Yeah.
Oh, that
Big Rio
seems.
Jesus?
That seems mean.
It seems like that would be like there'd be like some weird religious implications.
Someone in the studio would be like, let's cut that.
Yeah, what is this? Romeo plus Juliet?
Exactly.
I'll put Rio Jesus question mark.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm guessing it's going to be mostly first world countries showing being blown up.
Yeah.
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 Because that's how we American audiences know this is important and matters.
Oh no.
But they do jump around at the end when they're
Yeah.
like, we figured out how to destroy them.
Yeah.
Send out the word. And everybody's like Morse coding everybody.
Yeah.
There's definitely like someone in like Korea or China.
Yeah.
There's an
Yeah.
East Asian country.
And there's
Someone in France.
definitely like some vaguely Middle Eastern place where they're like in a tent.
Yeah.
They're like the Americans have figured out how to blah blah blah.
Yeah. My bet on that part is kind of racist. Like their representation of where the people are.
Yeah. It's very likely.
I'm going to put that down.
Kind of racist. Just across the board, kind of racist.
Kind of racist Morse code scene.
Ooh, do we think Jeff Goldblum's father character will be
Oh, that
charming
guy from Taxi.
or irritating?
That guy from Taxi, he's funny.
In this movie, though?
I think so.
He's kind of a grumpy old Jewish man, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, are we post grumpy Jewish men by this point?
Well,
where
we
now
do-
that we watch it at this year, we'll just be like, okay, I get it.
Maybe. Poor Beth is wincing at the mention of Taxi. She doesn't know.
You're aware of it, though.
I know of Taxi.
Sure.
Yeah, he was on
he
it.
does
Christopher
other
was like
Lloyd
the
was
straight
in it.
man.
He does other stuff.
Danny DeVito.
No.
None of
Was he?
That's a good
Yes.
guess.
He was in Taxi, yes.
Okay.
Danny DeVito was.
Are we just listing the cast of Taxi now?
Andy Kaufman.
Andy Kaufman.
Yeah.
Taxis.
Those guys.
That one guy.
Some, like, attractive white man.
Yeah.
It's a lot of white men.
Yeah.
You guys-
a lot of white men.
When
Nailed
we
it.
come back after the break, I'm going to tell you a story about Dear John.
The movie?
No.
Oh.
A letter you sent to your sweetheart when he was at war?
No.
Letter.
A terrible sitcom.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm excited.
With Jeffy G's dad in it?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Oh, starring Jeffy G's dad.
Oh, great.
So, what do you guys think? What do you think you're going to rate it? How many Jeffy G's dads?
I actually like that unit of measurement because it could go either way.
Sure.
It could be
More
like-
being bad?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to love it. This is what I think of this as one of my favorite movies. I haven't watched it in a while.
Mm-hmm.
I love almost all Roland Emmerich movies because they're all just ridiculous blow 'em up movies.
Yeah.
But this one has Data in it.
Oh,
Oh.
the actor.
Brett
Yeah, I
Spiner.
thought you meant just like it has data.
It has Data. No,
Like there's numbers that they're
yeah.
analyzing.
I'm gonna give it 5 Jeffy G dads.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I feel bad we don't know his name. The
We're
actor's
gonna.
name.
I can't quite access it, but
I named three actors from Taxi.
that was really good.
That was really good.
For
Carol
not knowing
Kane.
Taxi.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She's in Taxi?
Yeah. She plays. You know.
Yep.
Okay. I am going to give it 4. What is the unit of measurement?
Jeffy G's
Jeffy
dad.
G's dads. I'm gonna give it 4, and I'm gonna tell you why. Normally, I give it 3 with some room to go up or down.
Yeah.
However, I
Yeah.
feel that I have ruined the movie-going experience for Dan Jaquette probably 4 movies in a row. So I am determined to enjoy this movie
Wow.
and to be supportive. So I'm giving it a 4.
You should follow your heart. If
Yeah.
you want to hate everything, that's fine.
I mean, I'm concerned because I've seen it so recently. I'm afraid I'm going to be really bored. But you know what? That may not be this movie's fault, right? No, yeah, it probably is. So I don't know. I think it's in my heart of hearts. It's probably a 3, 3.5. But I'm going to aim for 4, and we'll see if it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. I'm less grumpy.
Sure. I'm gonna take the Molly route and say 3 Jeffy G's dads with room to go either way, because my worry, like I remember liking this a lot when I saw it when I was a kid, but my worry is that like it won't be the right amount of stupid for me to like really enjoy it this time around, and it'll just be stupid. You know what I mean? Or like it'll just be like so dated that like there'll be a lot of stuff where it's just kind of uncomfortable. However, I would like to add an addendum that I will give 6 Jeffy G's dads to every scene that is Jeffy G centric.
Oh.
I'm saying every scene, every time he is on camera, the movie will be improved. No matter how good or bad the movie is overall, every scene with Jeffy G will be better than the rest.
He's amazing.
It's fair.
I clearly don't remember anything about this movie, so I'm gonna give it 5 Jeffy G's dads.
Oh.
Because it sounds like fun. Keep listing all these fun people who
Yeah.
are in it, and there are aliens and explosions.
Right? And Tommy Lee Jones comes in
What?
with his suit
Yeah.
and
Wait,
his little...
Men in Black.
Yeah.
That's
That
where
was a
I was
joke. I was
born.
making a joke.
Oh. Now I'm bummed out.
Oh.
Take one of those Jeffy G's dads.
Because I introduced the idea that Tommy Lee
Yeah,
Jones
well,
could
now-
have been in the movie.
Now that he's not, I'm kind of bummed out about it.
Oh, what about Data? Will you accept Data instead?
Data's in it.
Yeah. For sure. He's a
Right.
kooky
He's
scientist.
got
I mean-
crazy hippie hair.
I'm going for 5. 5 for
Wow.
fun.
Okay.
Yeah, have
Five
some
for
fun.
fun.
Oh, I like
Love
it.
it.
And with that, we're going to hit pause, go watch Independence Day, and then we'll be right back. Welcome back. We just watched 145 minutes of Independence Day, which was mostly good.
All right.
Wow.
I'd give 45 of those minutes 5 stars.
It's kind of premature at this point, isn't it?
All right.
It's kind of like
So-
how we end the show normally.
So 100 minutes of them,
Not
not 5
good.
stars.
Not 5.
But not bad.
All right.
But you can be a not 5-star general and still be a really good leader.
Yeah.
Sure.
And you can be a pretty good movie, but only have a couple of scenes where you're like, that was great.
Mm-hmm.
And this movie was released in 1996.
Who said that?
I nailed it.
Boom.
Yeah.
Dang, I was off by 2 years.
So you were...
At least you took a shot, though.
Yeah.
unlike the
I
other
was
two
7
people.
years old when this movie came out.
I believe I predicted that the Olympics happened in 1996.
Sure. We didn't look that up, but I believe that is true.
Oh no, I think I already lost the bet about the thing I was going to look up.
Oh.
We'll find out.
Molly, you had some quick bets as someone who didn't remember the movie well. One, there'd be the line "Welcome to Earth," for sure.
For sure.
Yes.
And then followed up with another one-liner immediately.
Talk about
That's what I call a close encounter.
that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Will Smith was just
Just
zinging them
double
off.
whammy.
Zing, zing.
So many zings.
Mm-hmm.
Then you also thought the movie opened in L.A. with Will Smith.
That was not true at all.
You were off by 25 minutes.
Yeah,
At least.
I think it's pretty interesting. Will Smith top billed for this movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's the biggest star. I mean, Jeffy G.
Come on.
Forget about it. But still, to have the one who's top billed not even show up
Yeah.
for 25 minutes, like the last of the major characters to even appear, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder if everybody just jumped out of their seats when he appeared on screen.
Stood up and clapped.
yeah.
Finally.
Finally.
I had forgotten he was supposed to be in this movie. Yeah, give me a hot dog.
They're in New York?
Yeah,
Okay.
because it opens there,
Oh.
select
Sure.
markets.
Yeah, right. Of course.
But Dan Linden was absolutely right that it starts with the moon
Yeah.
and specifically the Apollo plaque.
Yeah.
Michael
Yeah.
Collins, dead center.
Yeah.
Nice. You didn't get to step on the moon, but you're center screen for Independence Day.
Airplane to the center of the ship. Good job.
Oh, thank
Nailed
you.
it.
I mean, technically it was a spaceship.
Oh,
Oh, wait, are you talking about... Wait, which one are you talking about?
When Randy Quaid.
Oh, Quaid's. Yeah, that one.
That's me, boys.
so they tried a different. They tried a different variation where they had him in his crop plane fly into the center of the alien
really?
ship. Yeah, they
Whoa.
tried because there was some alternative storyline with the idea that old technology was still able to take down new technology.
Sure.
But when you look at it, it just looks so extra dumb.
Yeah.
And you don't realize how much you suspend your sense of disbelief to watch an F-16
Yeah.
fly into the bottom of an
Yeah.
alien ship, but seeing a crop duster plane
Right.
just truly is hard to get behind.
Yeah, it's weird how there is that threshold of your brain. I had a moment watching the new Ghostbusters movie where I actually had a moment, in the middle of the movie, I'm just like, that doesn't make any sense. But then immediately the thought, thinking about, what movie I was watching, I was like, oh, shut up. That doesn't matter.
Which part wouldn't make sense in this movie? That a plane could fly straight up? They can
just-
do that.
No, it's just the visual discord
a crop duster.
between a crop duster plane
Oh, sure.
and the alien
The crop
technology.
duster.
It suddenly seems dumb.
Wait,
in
so-
a way that with a F-16 it looks cool.
Well, not only that, but wouldn't that mean then that in the alternative version they were like, "Hey, drunk, we're gonna strap some missiles to your crop duster so you can join the fleet"?
No, I think there's no missiles. I
That
think he
doesn't make
just-
any sense then.
Well, no, that
because
he
then
gets
there's no explosives on the plane.
Well, you know what? I
There's
don't know.
Fuel.
Come
I think
on.
he's hitting the big beam and the beam backfires, and that's what blows it up.
I guess.
It reverses the power and turns it back upon
I thought it was
itself.
because there was still explosives on the plane, and then the
I think that's what they added so our puny brains could comprehend.
I think it's your Star Wars moment of blow up this one tiny thing,
Right.
and it's a chain reaction.
yeah.
And so there'd be fuel on the crop duster.
Well, and I guess when they blow up the buildings earlier in the movie, they kind of show that the way that weapon works, it sort of uses the mass of whatever it's shooting at to kind of just expand and create more stuff. So I guess at that point, you know what I mean? A building exploding.
Yeah.
One building. If the Empire State Building exploded,
Yeah.
it wouldn't take out most of the city without some sort of use. You know what I mean? So that energy weapon was clearly adding energy to that piece of mass.
Oh, that's
You know what I'm
not
saying?
how I read it at all. I get what you're saying. I thought it was just here's not that great version of the beam,
Yeah.
and then it's still warming up. Now we'll turn up the juice, and now we'll really blow it up.
Okay.
I didn't think it was affecting the mass of the buildings.
I don't know.
Well,
I
here's
just
the
thought it
thing,
was different
though.
levels of laser.
Sure.
If you are an alien species that wants to take over all the natural resources of planet Earth,
Yeah.
to me it seems like for sure you would take out the military installations. But then it seems like you would want to leave as much of the Earth's resources intact.
You mean the
Versus blowing
verdant
everything up.
resources of Los Angeles, California?
Well, okay, all right, Los Angeles, fine.
Well,
But you know what I mean? What's the point of blowing up the Eiffel Tower? Okay, not the Eiffel Tower, the Empire State Building.
I don't know. It's just a bunch of buildings. What do they care?
They
They can melt that
releases all
glass.
this
They can melt that
dust.
glass and steel down and use it to build something, right?
What? No, I don't. They want the clean water and stuff.
The clean water of Manhattan, New York.
Yeah, they want all that, I don't know, iron ore. What resources do they want?
I
Food?
don't know. Everything, right? He said they're like locusts.
They probably like char.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh.
That's their resource.
Just char.
Yeah, just anything that's been burned.
Me with a marshmallow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense. I can buy into that world.
All right.
I mean, it's like okay. I don't know. I feel like if you're going to take something over and just use it for your whims, you're going to accept, if chunks of it have to blow up, right?
Yeah, as a percentage of the surface of the Earth,
Right.
even all the major cities is
Not that
still
much.
pretty small.
If you didn't get blown up and you were what you considered a major city, would you be offended?
Yes. That'd be hilarious.
Well, like a Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah, we have banking.
It was,
you know?
yeah, it was banking.
Madison, Wisconsin.
Yeah, I do enjoy the
medium-sized
fact
city.
that there was that point halfway, maybe 10, 15 minutes after they first blew stuff up, where the head military guy, Dan's favorite actor, Robert Loggia, specifically name-checked other pretty big cities that the ships were now heading towards.
Yeah, Philly
And
and Boston.
and it was very much just here's some other cities that you've heard of. They'd probably get blown up too.
I think they just picked the top 6 by population.
Probably, yeah, probably.
Just Mad Libs
Yeah.
living. Mad Libbing it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It does, I mean, if they really knew everything about the way things work,
Yeah.
I kind of agree that the first stops would be DC makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
The government. But then more military places, why didn't the Pentagon get exploded?
Didn't it?
That would have been a good visual too.
Yeah, it would have.
And other stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess they said they blew up NORAD, but that
Yeah.
was seemed like a round 2.
Yeah.
You know?
What's NORAD?
I don't know, some military radar place.
Ooh.
Is that where they are in war games?
Something. I'm gonna say it's something operations.
Rad.
Radar.
Army.
Tweet at us.
Yes.
At Totes Recall Pod. Hashtag what that NORAD.
Or you just want to tell us?
Oh, I know what NORAD is.
Ooh.
Because it's...
Men in Black?
No, Santa.
What?
What?
Oh, right.
They always...
Oh, yeah.
They always report... I don't remember how it works, but they report where Santa Claus is.
Yeah.
Oh, the radar.
Yeah.
So.
North American Aerospace Defense Command.
Ah.
Hashtag already done.
Okay.
all right.
Wow.
Well, sorry, Twitters.
If someone got it in, though,
Oh, yeah.
that's quick
Oh,
fingers.
wow.
So they took out radar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That killed all the radars.
But then that also wasn't that the exact same moment where they're like, oh, they killed the vice president.
Yeah, he was at NORAD. I think.
Why? Was that the most secure location nearby?
I think so. Isn't that the one that's in a mountain in Colorado?
I don't know. I just assume everything's in a mountain.
I don't know. I might be thinking of wherever they go in war games.
Oh, I missed that the vice president was gone.
And the
Well,
Joint Chiefs.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
so that
A bunch of the government got taken
It
out.
was essentially anyone who would have been next up to become president.
and Bill Pullman still got in a plane.
Right.
Yeah.
That's borderline
For his
irresponsible.
country.
For the species.
Yeah.
Remember that speech? How it wasn't about America anymore? It was
about
about
mankind.
humanity?
I mean, it was still kind of America.
Well, I mean,
So
sure, like,
basically-
I mean,
He's
that's the best country USA.
humankind.
I mean, like, clearly, after the credits roll in that movie, there's definitely a point where, like, Bill Pullman or Robert Loggia, like, gets on the Morse code. It's like, you guys totally owe us, though, right?
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Remember World War I and II, and now this? Yeah, we're saving your ass 24/7 world.
And then they would probably write back, and here are some other conflicts to keep in mind. Also, that did not go as well.
Sure.
Yeah.
Probably.
But then we'd be like, shut up, we took out a mothership.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we'd all high five.
Yeah. Smoke our
Smoke our
cigars.
cigars. We should talk about the cigars.
oh
this
man,
movie.
what was Canada doing when all this was happening?
That's a great question, actually.
They probably were not attacked at all. Everybody's still fine up
They were
there.
fine.
Maybe if we had stayed to the end of the credits, there's a point where, like, the Prime Minister of Canada is just like, whoa, what's going on? Like, checks the news, like, gets up in the morning, yawns, checks the news.
Oh, jeez.
Whoa, wow.
It's looking grim out there. Send some care packages. Oh, Canada.
Oh.
The best.
The best.
Bill Pullman is in this movie.
Yeah.
Yes,
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Great president.
He had such
So
a
good.
interesting way of delivering some of those lines. Like, every once in a while, he just had this very weird inflection choice.
Okay, but
Do you know what I'm saying?
no, because Jeff Goldblum was in this movie, and he has the weirdest way of
I
speaking.
didn't say he was the weirdest.
Anyone next to him just sounds like a typical.
Do you think Bill
speech
Pullman
pattern?
felt some like peer pressure
Oh,
to
I
try
hope
to
so.
Maybe.
keep up with a little bit?
He probably did his first. I bet his first scene was with Jeffy G. He was just like, "God damn it, motherfucker's going to steal the whole movie."
Yeah. I had to throw some odd pauses in
Where
there.
because there were a couple moments where when he's like, "There is no spaceship." It's like, why did you say it like that? Why did you do that?
Well, I felt like there was a lot of Batman / raspy voice.
From Pullman?
Just generally.
Pullman, yeah.
Oh, generally.
I think he
Lots
was.
from Pullman.
Yeah, he was pulling in some Robert Loggia rasp
And so,
and then some weird Jeffy G pausing.
so he basically just saw these incredible actors next to him. He's just like, well, I got to keep up. Is that what you're saying?
Well, he just wants to blend. Wants to make a cohesive film.
Sure.
Wants to blend all the styles of acting.
What if that was the direction? Wouldn't that be amazing if Roland Emmerich was like, listen,
These two goofballs.
I love what they're doing. Do something somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope that's what happened. For sure it did.
Mm-hmm.
There was a laughing skull when hacking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At first, I was worried it wasn't going to be as I predicted of appearing on the view screen of the alien.
Yeah.
Because when they upload the virus with the upload virus button,
The upload virus progress bar.
bar. Although to be fair, behind that
Yeah.
there was like a terminal window with like just text that
Yeah.
looked like it could have been code.
It did look like actual. Like there was at least the kind of symbols and like wrapping that looked like actual
Yeah,
code.
there's some indentation when he pulled up the laughing skull. But he also apparently took the time to write like a UI for his thing rather than just hacking away at
Yeah.
it, which I'm always amused by.
Yeah.
We knew that the virus had been downloaded completely because it said, uploaded.
Please, Beth.
Because it said upload complete, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if that wasn't clear, we then cut to one of the 800 Dan Linden MVPs in this movie, where there was one of the two Area 51 guys on the radio, and he also said upload complete to Robert
Gave
Loggia.
him a big thumbs up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy was the best.
There were so many MVPs in this movie.
Oh man.
Yeah,
I know mine.
Let's talk about him.
You have just one?
Well, there were a lot, but there was just one moment in the movie that I really, really enjoyed,
Yeah.
which was Vivica A. Fox is Will Smith's
Yeah.
love interest / wife.
Soon to be.
Yeah.
Soon to be. Not Jada Pinkett.
And
That hard on that failed.
and she and her son are running away from a flame in a tunnel, like
Yes.
Molly predicted.
Yes.
And they get a door open in the tunnel, so they are kind of out of the way from this like flame shooting through the tunnel. And they call to their dog, and the dog hears them and runs towards them and then jumps with like a flame in the background.
Yeah.
Which I really, really enjoyed that action shot with a dog.
It was really good.
And just a dog, too. That's what was amazing about
that
it.
dog was an action star for that moment, and thus is my MVP.
Nice.
Yeah, you don't often see the jumping from explosion with animals.
Yeah.
And it was great.
It was really
This dog
good.
looks so happy, too.
Yeah, it was like...
Cool as a cucumber.
Yeah.
That dog, like, all the cars are exploding in that tunnel. People are screaming and running, presumably, like, falling over. And the dog just plants.
Yeah.
Gets out of the car and just waits until his name is called.
So well behaved.
Yeah, very well behaved. Versus my dog, during this movie, barking at us.
Yeah.
And, like, shuffling back, waiting for something to happen.
She was into the movie.
Yeah.
It was tense.
Yeah. One of our theories is that she was thrown off by, as Beth pointed out, all of the cat noises that the aliens seem to make.
Anytime the alien was, like, hit by something, it'd be like...
Yeah, I had never noticed that before. And
It was a bunch of screaming cats.
For sure, a
most
cat
of the
noise.
time.
Yeah.
Because I first noticed it for the first time, this time with the very first time that the human planes go out to meet them and all of the little alien planes come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before they do a dog fight.
Ah.
There is like tons of cat noise.
During the fighter
No,
jet
where they're
stuff?
all expelling from the mothership or the big ship or
Oh,
whatever. It's
yeah,
like which is kind of a funny thing to imagine that
They were all just cats.
they're just angry alien cats.
Yeah.
I like it.
I wanted to eat all the natural resources.
I have to say though, I mean, I understand they had to totally dehumanize them by have them reveal their motivations as just to kill
Yeah.
and to, end the human species.
Yeah.
But it still seemed like maybe some of them could have been nice or just sort of administrators, you know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. I mean, they definitely, but those ones weren't the ones flying the ships, you know what I mean? I'm sure they were the ones back on the mothership just being like, Reg, go clean up Squad C or whatever, and he'd just grumble and grab his space mop. Or
I wonder
whatever.
what they eat.
Oh, on the ship?
There was so many questions left unanswered.
That's a good question, actually.
Well,
I
they
guess
want
from the last
our
planet?
natural resources.
Yeah.
So,
So
presumably they
cows?
eat similar
Char.
things.
Char.
They char. But yeah, cows, cattle mutilation's a big alien thing.
Oh.
I guess that's why the ship is so big, because they probably do the math. They're like, okay, we have this much natural resource of this planet left, and they load it all up into the ship and then start heading to the next one.
Yeah,
Right?
like an ark.
Yeah.
Or like a scavenger.
What?
Like a scavenger ship.
Oh, like on the seas, the Sargasso Sea.
Okay,
Like
that sounded
pirates?
cooler than what I
What are
was
we talking
thinking.
about? What are you
Sure,
thinking?
yeah, pirates.
What were you thinking?
Alien pirate cats.
Basically,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
they
all
are.
Puss in Boots.
It's just Puss in Boots, except terrifying and at a massive
They're
scale.
also really tentacly.
So tentacly. But only on the exoskeleton, right?
Oh, that's-
They didn't have the tentacles, right? Or did they have tentacles too?
Oh, that's the biotechnology that's protecting them?
I'm trying to remember the tube ones. Yeah.
They had just really long limbs.
Yeah, they
Right?
were... Yeah. I don't know. It wasn't clear. I couldn't really tell on the ones that were in those tubes.
Yeah.
Like they had ones that had crashed on Earth and they had them preserved in tubes and
Yeah.
it wasn't really clear what was happening.
Yeah, like half their body was all messed up.
Yeah.
So.
I did really enjoy that scene though when they're at Area 51 and the one alien gets a hold of
Data.
Data
Brent Spiner.
and is controlling his voice.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
It's cool.
And I knew it was going to scare me, so I didn't look at the screen.
Yeah.
But I don't know, you can sense those moments like something is going to pop out at me right now.
Yeah, I mean, when there's a chamber full of gas
Yeah.
and everyone already got attacked by tentacles.
And then
And
there's
you've
an
already seen the movie.
over-the-shoulder shot that
Yeah.
lasts forever.
Yeah.
And Bill Pullman literally puts his face up
Yeah,
against the glass.
the sound cuts out
I
completely.
absolutely knew it was going to happen, and we just talked about it, and I still jumped out of my skin.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I agree. That scene was good, and I remember when I watched it when I was younger, also thinking it was really cool and creepy, and I don't know. My mind was very fascinated with the idea of the telepathic alien had to use Brett Spiner to talk.
Yeah.
But it was using his body to talk.
Yeah.
I remember being like, "Oh shit, yeah, they would have to do that."
Yeah, I also had that reaction.
Yeah. And also that one sergeant is so dumb, right?
Oh.
Brett Spiner's plastered up against it. He's like, release me. He's like, get him out of there. Get him out of there, you guys.
Amazing.
It's like, no, wait, look. His entire neck is tentacles.
Yeah.
Come on, buddy.
That's why he's not in charge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can we go back to the laughing skull in the mothership thing?
course.
Because I actually don't understand how that works now. Because like the way you thought it was going to go down made sense to me. Where like virus uploaded, laughing skull. But the way it actually worked was virus uploaded, we're just going to hang out in the ship for a while. Then when they launch the nuke, the laughing skull shows up.
I think the laughing skull was just a flourish. Because he types in, like, curly brace,
Yeah.
whatever.
Shutdown shields.
Jolly Roger.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
And that was just like, put it on the screen. He just, yeah. So that was just flair.
Oh, right. Yeah, because Will Smith is actually only pressed the button that shot the nuke. So
Yeah.
those are actually not actually... They were related, but only thematically related.
Yeah, right.
Okay, got it.
Well, did they upload the virus, but then didn't initiate it until they put the nuke in there?
Well, they initiated it because that's what put the shields
window.
down.
Yeah.
No,
The shields of what?
The other ships.
Oh, the other ships.
But the Jolly Roger was
Yep.
just like a thing that after he built that UI
Yeah.
to show people that the shields were being taken down, he then was like, what if I made this laughing skull thing
I'll
also?
just put some added functionality that's purely cosmetic.
Here, I guess, let's think of it this way. When he had that idea, he was crazy drunk.
Yeah.
Right? Like when he's inspired to make a virus, he was already super drunk. So maybe a lot of that just came from him just being like in this weird like booze-fueled mania of just like, and then we'll make a skull graphic that laughs at the aliens.
Yeah. I guess he already had the skull graphic because it was on the loading upload bar.
Right.
So he just had to, know where that file lived. And he's already got a function that sends images to their view screen. Why that was pre-written, I don't know. But it makes sense to a degree.
Probably had some other code where he just copy pasted
Sure,
from
yeah,
some
it's
other
just from his
program that he put
library.
together.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
he did go to MIT.
For 8 years.
So,
Oh, you
That's
guys, you learn a lot of code at MIT in 8 years.
right?
Yeah, enough to be a cable guy. Am I right?
Yeah.
What is his job?
It seemed like he was in some way responsible for like the broadcasting element of a broadcasting station.
Okay, so he's sort of like IT at a TV station.
Maybe.
But
Yeah.
at a very high level.
Yeah, like Antenna
like
Master, is that a title?
Satellite man.
Yeah.
I think if he were an IT person at a low level who was used to clearing viruses off of people's PCs, he would have had that idea a lot sooner.
Right. Ooh, yeah, he
Sure.
must have worked at like a direct TV kind of company, but he was the one making sure that the TV continued to direct itself towards people's homes.
All right, so he's
Right?
like a satellite
Yeah.
software engineer type guy.
Because he's the guy who was like, oh, the satellites are all weird. Let me figure out I found this one sheet of binary code I'm going to print out that I could then turn into a countdown clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
Cool.
Why is his
But then-
dad so dismissive of that? That seems like
Because he went to MIT for 8 years.
that's like I don't know. It seems like a pretty good job.
Well,
Maybe I'm even less ambitious than Jeff Goldblum.
yeah, and maybe there are just, unmet expectations from his cynical elderly father who, as we learn later, has sort of, taken a more bitter view of life since his wife died.
Yeah.
But it was reinforced by,
His wife,
yes,
ex-wife,
thank you.
yeah, who was like, you didn't do anything.
Why aren't you ambitious?
Yeah.
I just feel like what did she want him to do? I guess she's press secretary.
Yeah.
Like
So maybe she was like,
everything's
you
gonna
could
look like
be
shit, like, compared to
America's satellite man.
her. Sure.
Like we could work in the White House
you
together.
can work at NORAD.
Ooh.
Oh, then he would have been dead.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Canon.
ex-wife.
Well, actually,
Ex-wife.
maybe if he had been a NORAD, he would have solved this thing
That's
right
a good
away.
point.
That's
and
true.
he certainly would have been able to get a message to the president. By the way, if you only get 2 minutes with the president,
Yeah.
I say just out with it.
Right.
Like, why did he show up at the White House, get all the way in, and then be like, he's not going to want to talk to me?
Right.
He, turns into, a 15-year-old girl.
Because he is in that moment, because they have that weird relationship where he punched him in the head.
They just did not sell me on that being that big a problem.
No, that was kind of that was just there.
I thought that phrasing was weird.
Punch in the head?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of so
Punch in the
he
face?
just punched him in the back of the head.
Probably. I mean, okay, picture it's Jeff Goldblum, right?
Yeah.
Jeff Goldblum, this character, Jeff Goldblum, the satellite man.
Yes.
He's probably not going to know how to throw a punch very well.
So he's gonna hit around his
He
head?
probably here's what I'm picturing. Bill Pullman was talking to him, and then he's like, "Can you believe this guy?" And like turned away from Jeff Goldblum, and then he went like, "Huh."
Okay.
Or like, you know,
Sure.
in Fight Club when Ed Norton punches Brad Pitt for the first time.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh,
Have you not seen Fight Club?
are you asking her? Because I've
Yeah.
seen it.
Guys, that was a joke that fell flat.
Or do you... Oh, I get what you're talking about. Fight Club. I thought you were maybe talking about how he's actually punching himself.
Some of us
Yes.
are trying to have a real conversation about movies, Ben.
Okay, well,
He says,
I was making a reference to the movie that we were talking about.
I get it.
he says, I want you to hit me as hard as you can.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And then he punches him, but he gets him in the ear because he doesn't know how to punch well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, you got me right in the ear.
Same idea.
Like that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why Jeffy G always keeps his shirt open now. Because maybe the first time when he tried to punch Bill Pullman, his shirt was fully buttoned,
Yeah.
and he was too constricted
Yeah.
to get that reach.
He does look amazing. in this
He was
movie.
amazing.
He's got like a loose flannel tucked in, unbuttoned almost all the way down.
And don't leave it out.
I'm getting there. A tight A shirt,
Tight.
and then like a beaded choker necklace.
Yeah.
And then some like extra
Some
bracelets.
bracelets, and probably like pleated khakis.
Too. So cool.
And he is, I had forgotten about this, but he is like big on the environment.
Yeah.
Like 1996, we've just figured out recycling can happen.
Yeah. This movie was like a pro-recycling propaganda film.
Yeah, I wonder if they got a grant from like the
Ooh.
Recycling Association.
Maybe.
It was like, you have to have a pro recycling character in your movie.
Well, because then we can see how far he unravels, that he tries to trash the earth.
Oh,
Well, because he's so
later.
upset about
He's
the
so
nuke going
upset.
off. Because
Yeah.
he's like a no nuke, save the whales type.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and I would say a nuclear weapon is a poor idea, and clearly only employed for desperate times or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, he does that whole thing where he trashes all the... Oh, you know, that makes me think about space junk. Right? Space junk is really dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wonder how much space junk would get left
As we
over
learned from
from
Gravity.
blowing up.
So much.
over and over. It's another movie I didn't like.
About space.
Because it's about space.
Everybody liked that movie except me and my wife
I mean, meh.
and Beth.
Yeah.
I didn't love it.
was
I
fine.
didn't enjoy all the mansplaining.
I don't remember that.
From George Clooney?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like 90 minutes of mansplaining.
George Clooney comes in, he's like, I'm a ghost. Here's what's happening.
Yeah.
I thought it was fine.
Oh, all right.
All right, moving on.
Yeah, Space Junk.
So we've all seen that movie.
Yeah. But yeah, I actually thought of that as like they're watching the fireworks at the end. It's just like some of those mothership chunks are gonna cause some problems.
Yeah, for a
Right.
long time.
Well, like even in the immediate, like someone's gonna get hit by one of those.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
It looked like,
I guess they got pretty small.
yeah, judging from the explosion space, it looked like the pieces were pretty small.
guess
I
they're
guess that
pretty
was just the first, the
Like,
outer ring.
There's
which
got to
I
be
guess
like
is
a
not how
chunk of it that's
things
just like
explode.
slowly decaying in orbit, though, right?
Sure.
Maybe at the beginning, I haven't seen
Maybe
the
it
new one.
burns up, although it's designed to not burn up.
Isn't it? Is it though?
Presumably,
the
it's a
mothership doesn't go,
spaceship.
but the mothership doesn't go into the atmosphere, right? It just stays out in orbit.
Doesn't
it?
have to go out of an atmosphere at some point.
Maybe they built it
They
in
built
space.
it in space.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Maybe because it's alien technology, when it's destroyed, it dissolves
Ooh,
and goes through another dimension.
you're just going through all of them.
Could be.
Just
Every
the space
possibility.
junk
Yeah.
dimension.
You don't think that ship's gonna land like once everybody's killed off? It's
No,
gotta
'cause they-
land because
no,
how are they
'cause-
gonna put all this stuff in the?
Because they showed when Jeffy G and Will Smith were flying through it, he was like, look at all these millions of other aliens, and they were all lined up to go into other slightly larger ships to go down to Earth. So they've got all these like barge ships
All right, I
that
guess
then
I'm
come up to the mothership. You're not going to land something that's a quarter the size of the moon.
It's like a space station. It's
crazy
no
pants.
moon.
Ah,
Star Wars. This had some Star Wars.
for sure.
I won't call them homages, but like
Nods.
nods maybe.
Pretty
Yeah.
big knots.
The giant ship
Yeah.
going over, blowing up one thing to blow up the rest of it.
The like cuts between pilots being like, this guy number doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
See.
yeah. They always. Maybe this is how actual planes
I have no
happen,
idea.
but they all like said their name and then the name of their missile.
I like which piece of which tube was getting.
They'd say
fired.
like Eagle 20, Fox 3,
Yeah.
or something like that.
But I thought Eagle was the squadron.
Yeah.
So
Sounds
they were
like
all
their
equals.
name. Is Fox their missiles?
I thought they were saying box. Like they're opening box whatever to let the missile out.
That makes way more sense. I thought it was Fox.
Also, they were Eagle Squadron because they were being led by the President of the United States.
Is he always Eagle 1?
I mean, I don't...
He's in a fighter plane?
That's the thing. I don't know if there's any precedent for if the President of the United States is in a fighter jet.
Well, if he's in a fighter jet, that's Air Force One. Because Air Force One is whatever the president is in.
Cool.
That's right.
Do you think he brought one of those lamps onto the jet with him?
Those are nice.
Those are nice lamps on that Air Force One
Do you know
plane.
Air Force One has 3,000 square feet of space over 3 levels?
I did 3?
And it has 2 kitchens that can feed 100 people at a time.
Now, that's Air Force One?
Air Force One. The plane that is commonly referred to as Air Force One.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
But
Wait, what do they call it when the President isn't on it?
Yeah. It's got to have a name when he's not on it.
U.S. plane?
it's waiting around plane.
Just waiting around plane?
Yeah, does it have a second designation? Like,
I don't know. Yeah, what do they call it if it's flying to get
Ready?
the President?
I think
Maybe they call
I
it
knew this at one point. It's like they have certain names for whatever
the cargo or the people is.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like, because the vice president flies on a very similar plane, and they might actually switch between the two.
and that's Air Force 2, right?
I believe so.
With the VP's on it.
I think so. Tweet at us.
Yeah.
When that plane won.
And you can also
Or 2.
When that plane
When
won?
that-
Like the number 1.
Like, when is it one?
When is it won?
Okay.
No? I can try again.
I mean,
Or Dan can try, or one of you.
hashtag Air Force pun.
Oh.
That has nothing to do with what
Yeah,
we're
but
asking,
please send us your Air Force puns.
Yeah. And you can also send hashtag thanks for that food fact.
Food fact?
2 kitchens can serve 100 people.
Oh, you're saying if you appreciated the fact.
If you did,
Yeah.
I
if
see.
you like the fun facts.
Molly, do you have any other fun facts about Air Force One?
I put away my phone.
Oh.
But,
Do you know how far it can go on a single tank of
I
gas?
can. I do. It can go halfway around the world.
Which is crazy.
Which direction?
Either direction.
Well,
Although
I
it
mean,
can't go quite as far if there's a headwind.
Yeah.
And a little further if there's a tailwind.
what if there's a giant explosion
What if
behind
it's
it?
going north to south?
Oh, if there's a giant explosion behind it, that's a really good tailwind. It should be fine.
That's true. I
That's
guess that's
probably
actually-
what
a good point.
fueled this flight for a long time. Because there's a giant explosion the plane was just out ahead of.
Oh, man.
Although I have to say, whenever they set it up in a movie where people are in a hurry and you know time is of the essence,
Yeah.
and they have people stop and look,
Yeah.
I understand it's a human thing to do, and it's a great film technique for making sure we see what the character sees. But I feel like the director has just set us up to feel a sense of urgency.
Right.
And the extension of that is they also set us up to feel so frustrated with characters for pausing. Like the First Lady pauses and looks around. And I'm like, you, honestly, if you had just gotten aboard the plane with more than a quick step, you know what I'm saying? I mean, she was walking with urgency, but she was walking.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
She didn't really seem to buy that she needed to get out. I never really believed that she took the evacuation seriously.
Yeah.
Like, she's, like, putting away files and stuff when
Right.
she's getting
Yeah.
out of there.
It also seemed to me that she might have been feeling some compassion towards the people who are on top of that building. She was like, I don't think they're safe there. I'm the first lady. I have some responsibility. I don't know what to do. I guess I'll just get on this plane. And then explosion.
That's something we should maybe touch on quickly. Is like it is established quickly and effectively that this is a good president. Like we are told multiple times, he is very honest.
Yeah.
He is a military man. He was a fighter pilot. His wife is clearly, compassionate and uses her position to do something for the benefit of someone.
Yeah. Unclear what she was doing in L.A. other than
Interviews.
interviews and trying to make him look good.
Yeah.
They have a good relationship.
So good.
And they're good parents.
Great parents. Except
Except for when the world is being attacked by aliens, their daughter is not taken to anywhere safe.
Right. Just hanging out.
Keep her in the White House
Yeah.
where a alien spaceship is hovering.
Yeah, that's
No
right.
worries.
Yeah.
She'll be okay.
Yeah, why didn't, like, if he was sending the vice president and the Joint Chiefs of Staffs to a secure location,
Right.
you know, in the end, it was not that. But if that was the mindset, shouldn't his daughter have also gone there?
But what, by herself?
Well, with the vice president and...
Well, no, but I mean,
The
if
first
you're
nanny?
a 8-year-old girl,
My guess is that the president, the children of the president,
Mm-hmm.
have some sort of person, like a nanny or someone, because the
Secret
president's
Service,
not
at
going to be,
least.
For sure.
available at all points in time. Like, send her with those people, right?
They're probably good buds at this point, right?
Yeah. And are trained professionally to, like, protect a child.
Right.
well, you don't have to convince me.
I mean, that. To be fair, this is the movie where, like, throughout the film, like, for the sake of the convenience of the story continuing, a lot of people who should not have been allowed to be in places are allowed to be in places. Like,
Yeah,
the
once-
president is on a secret military base, and Jeff Goldblum and his buddies are literally just, like, continuously following him deeper and deeper into this compound, and no one stops them.
Oh, yeah, there's like a whole caravan of trailers
Oh, yeah.
that just drive right. I mean, there's just
Right.
one security guard.
And one Marine is just like, I have an alien, and the guard is like, let all of these people in.
Yeah, he lets them all in. That dude, terrible at his
Terrible
job.
at his job.
Like, I get you just saw an alien.
Sure. Whoa.
That's freaky.
You
You
didn't even ask about the driver.
yeah.
That's right, he didn't.
But here's the different levels of security you go through.
Yeah.
You could call someone.
Yeah. Call Robert Loggia.
Yeah, call. You could just let Will Smith in. I guess those are the two options.
You could just go pick up the alien and say,
Bring the alien in. Thank you
yeah,
for
thank
bringing
you for
him.
your service.
Well,
Here's a bottle of
But
water.
he freaks out and just like
Yeah.
waves everybody through and like the insane man in the car.
Hundreds of cars.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
not
Will
just
Smith
like
offered.
a couple people.
Yeah, that's true.
He did say, you want me to leave this here with you? And he went, blah, blah, blah. Let him in.
Such dude on that Will Smith.
You know, maybe
Such
it's
a-
protocol that if someone pulls up with an alien,
Yeah.
no matter what, you let in all their friends.
Yeah.
Because I guess there's a chance, like, he doesn't know, maybe each of those trailers also has an alien in it.
Yeah, maybe they all have aliens.
Yeah.
Why bother to ask?
Yeah, so many, like, there were just so many small parts in this movie that just killed me. Like, they were just all my favorite characters. Like, there was a point where Vivica Fox gets to the base that she was told to meet Will Smith at. She is standing there, and she's picked up people along the way because she's super resourceful, and she's super
So
great.
capable.
Probably one of the
Compassionate.
most competent characters in the movie that
Yeah.
isn't in the government.
And like 12th build in the
Yeah,
credits.
for some reason. That was
Guys,
weird.
That made me mad.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
weird.
She should have been way higher.
Way higher.
Oh, well.
But she's getting there. She's with her truck full of also people, nomads. She's sitting there, like, standing at the fence, horrified that her lover is dead. And it's just this guy in the background in a rumpled suit, just kind of standing around like, well, here we are.
Yeah, that
It's
guy was great.
amazing.
One of the Area 51 hangar technicians.
Yeah.
Where he's asleep on the keyboard after
yeah.
Jeffy G
Drunk.
is drunk, but then comes up with the idea for the computer virus. Wakes him up, and he just like sits up and like hits the escape key like 4 times.
Well, he's got to get the screensaver to go off, right?
Yeah. Or maybe he's like, I should have logged out.
There was another. There were definitely some MVPs during the, like, 15 minutes of get out of cars and stare at the ship sequences.
Yeah.
Frumply suit.
Which one?
The frumply sweater suit guy.
Oh, sweater suit guy
guy?
was really good because he had that thing of, like, he like looked genuinely inquisitive, not scared. Like, he kind of like furrowed his brow when the little center beam started lighting
Yeah,
up.
he got 2 scenes.
Yeah,
he
he
got
did.
the look at the beam,
Yep.
the like weak beam.
Yep.
And then later, like a couple minutes later, run away from the explosion.
Yeah. There was another when they first showed up and they were doing the sequence of, like, cartoonish, like, what the. Where we kept waiting, Dan, for a hot dog cart to be like, what's going on up there?
No hot dog cart.
No hot dog cart. But there's a police officer who's, like, stops his squad car in the middle of the intersection and does this, like, very weird, almost like snake-like Like, I don't know, he sort of just, like, pours himself out of the car and stands erect and looks at the ship.
Is that the one who slammed on the brakes, got hit by, like, 3 cabs in a row,
Yes.
got out,
And then
an armored truck takes his car out, and then he's, like, surprised by that as well?
Yes,
That
correct.
guy was pretty
I don't know, but the
then
way he gets out of the
back
car.
at the spaceship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that's what matters.
Yeah.
Unless you're Will Smith in that scene that Molly mentioned.
Oh, yeah, his opening scene, which was pretty good. That was a pretty fun scene of everybody seeing the thing, but he's just looking at the paper and being tired and tripping over toys and stuff.
Yeah.
I was amused.
Yeah. And then I argued that Vivica Fox should have seen the ship before walking up to him. But Dan presented that perhaps she was so mesmerized by Dapod.
Taitia Dapod.
Was my prediction correct that he was always either... I mean, we completely didn't even consider that he could be shirtless, which he was for the first few minutes of his movie, and also peeing
Yeah.
while talking to his girlfriend.
I didn't realize that he was peeing
Nobody
until
did.
you guys said that he was peeing.
Yeah, he was looking out the window at everybody thinking they were moving.
Yeah. And shouting at his girlfriend from
He
across
was
the
washing
house.
his hands, but
Nope.
Taking a whiz.
Yeah, I think once he gets into military uniform,
Yeah.
he's never out of it.
Right.
And so that's either a tight undershirt or a flight suit.
Yeah, I feel like at one point he's got... Oh, you're right, because he's wearing...
When he's getting married,
Oh,
dress uniform.
that was so sweet. I'd forgotten about that
I also
scene.
forgot about that. I'd forgotten about that. I'd forgotten Vivica Fox was a stripper.
Yeah, we should talk about that.
that.
We all kind of shouted in surprise.
Yeah, it really only came into play at the beginning
Yes.
and then it doesn't really matter after that.
Yeah.
There's one more line when she's talking to Flotus.
Yeah, but in that one, that's interesting because she's like having to not defend her job, but just saying like, I'm making good money and I'm taking care of my family.
Yeah.
Like in that way, I thought it was actually a better approach at it than just like, let's make her a stripper so then she has to be like almost nude at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I mean, she was she was a strong character that was also a stripper.
Yeah.
So that was good, but they didn't have to make her a stripper
No,
to
they didn't.
begin with.
Right.
I mean, the theory is that was a thing holding him back from proposing because he wanted to get into NASA.
Oh, that's right. Because Harry Connick Jr. is like, they're never gonna
Yeah.
But,
put you in if you marry a stripper, and then they cut to her stripping.
Yeah.
So they could have that scene.
Yeah.
Because movies.
Yes. But
I was gonna say,
are you talking about the...
I was gonna say it ends up
Yeah.
that it's good that she is a stripper because it provides an opportunity for two named female characters to speak to each other
Amazing.
about something that is not a man.
Her coworker, Tiffany.
Yeah.
And they had several lines.
Oh, it's incredible.
It was a real conversation
Yeah.
where they were concerned about each other.
Yeah.
No one called anybody the B word.
Yeah.
And it was great.
Yeah, it was in all of the films we've watched, it was kind of delightful that this movie passed the Bechdel Wallace test so swimmingly with two unnecessary stripper characters.
Yeah, and I think that was the whole thing. Is it was waves of concern because you start out and she's such a strong and interesting and funny character, and then the stripper thing, and you're like, oh, are they just using this to have this gorgeous woman strip on TV? But then you've got them passing the Bechdel Wallace test with flying colors, and then she's super amazing throughout it, and the whole thing was just very hard to know.
Yeah. I think Go ahead.
How much was out of exploitation of that situation and how much was just a plot device, or does it matter? I don't know.
The women overall were, I thought, actually pretty great in this. Like the press secretary / Jeffy G's ex-wife is great. She's like on it, very competent. Flotus is great, although she has to die so we can feel things.
Yes.
So that there is at least someone we cared about died in this tragedy.
Well, and Jeffy G's raspy voiced.
Oh, and I found myself so angry with that diagnosis. We just can't stop the bleeding.
Yeah.
It's like, well, try harder. You don't appear to be trying
the
at
first
all.
lady. You can attempt to save her.
Guys, a helicopter landed on her or something.
We weren't sure. That debris moved away
It looked
really.
like a car door that they were like with
That's
like
true.
a pinky.
That's true. Guy in the rumpled suit moved it pretty easily.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But there was the helicopter blades were right there.
That's
You
true.
could see like the stump of them.
sure.
Yeah, Jeffy G's boss.
Was that his boss? Or was he just like the manager of the something?
He seemed like a boss type character.
He seemed like a lot of the other people's boss. I don't know if he was Jeffy G's boss.
Maybe they were both senior staff.
Yeah, I felt like Jeffy G was like he was the main guy around there, and that other guy was like, "Where have you been? I needed your help because you're the guy." I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Anyway, that character, obviously gay, but it's never called out.
Yeah.
But it's like very mid-90s.
Yeah.
He's got like an earring. At one point, he says there's no shame in hiding
Yeah.
when he's talking about hiding from the aliens, but it's like very obvious
Yeah.
that there's two meanings to that.
Yeah.
There's like a pause afterward, and then like a wink at the camera.
Pretty
almost.
much.
Yeah.
Like, he almost turns the camera and winks. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that thick. But it was too bad he died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Didn't have
paying
to die.
$300 to his
Oh,
therapist.
therapist. Yeah, I was gonna say it's like that therapist joke time, right? It's like the Twister era.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 90s movies have a lot of jokes about, therapy.
Isn't it funny this
counseling.
character has counseling?
It was like his job specifically was so that they could get all the 90s jokes out of the
Yeah.
way. Because there was the therapist, and then the gay joke, and then the lawyer joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, he also dropped the lawyer joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was literally his job.
Yeah, he was like comedic relief for the 90s.
That's so funny.
Yeah. The lady who's the press secretary, I thought was the lady from Big, but she's not.
Oh.
Looks a lot like her, though.
She does look like, yeah. What do we know her from? And also, what was her name? Was that Mary McDonald?
No, that
that's
was
Flotus.
Flotus.
Oh, okay.
Her name, I forgot already, and also forgot what she was in.
Okay, cool.
Great.
Tweet at us.
Yep.
Hashtag, what that press sec in?
Wait, like Prez second?
No, press
In.
sec in. Like press.
Got it. Okay, I was just
secretary.
clarifying
Yeah.
the spelling.
Sure.
We don't want to be looking at the wrong
Yeah,
hashtag.
sure.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that'd be
People are, you know,
embarrassing for everybody, I think.
Right? There's just floating hashtags out there somewhere.
We talked about all the landmarks that were going to get destroyed.
Yep.
But they kind of just spend like 20 minutes blowing up LA and DC.
Yeah.
Like, it's a long scene. When
Yeah.
and I don't know, I felt like maybe I had fallen asleep in the middle of something. Like, LA seems to have been blown up twice. I don't know. Did you guys get that same impression? Like, it felt like there was a lot of, like, the start of it getting blown up. Like, it happened again. Like, there was two different scenes of people seeing the explosion and running away. And I felt like the tower almost blew up twice. Did I fall asleep?
They were
Did
also
I
blowing up
see a
New
glitch in the
York.
Matrix?
Yeah. So they
Was
might
it
have been
the-
cutting between the two towers blowing
Oh,
up.
I got confused over towers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those tall buildings. They're
Right.
the same.
Cool. Ooh. Speaking of buildings and cutaways, there were some incredible establishing cuts
Oh,
at the beginning of this
yeah.
movie. Like Dan, you pointed out, maybe the greatest establishing shot that we are in New York City of any movie, where it like dramatically like flashed white, showed the Statue of Liberty,
Yeah.
flashed white again.
It was so good that they did the same thing in DC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
So good.
Oh, yeah. So we bet the White House to get blown up? Yes. Eiffel Tower? No.
That was my bad.
Did we even see the Eiffel Tower? Like, at all?
Well, we definitely saw some French
we certainly did.
and we
We'll
know
get to
that
that.
they were French.
We'll get to
Okay,
that.
we'll get to it. I'm sorry.
Eiffel Tower, no. Empire State, yes. Sphinx safe? No. It's the pyramids we do see at the end.
Yeah.
Hollywood sign? We do see the Hollywood
Yes.
sign. But just to establish, doesn't get blown up.
We do see the shadow go over it, though.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
And the Sydney Opera House, that's also in the
Yeah.
end of like, oh, it's fine now.
Yeah.
It's true. And I think we were even correct about a montage at the end representing people from around the world in a very bizarre way.
In a
Yeah.
very narrow focus.
There's sort of two nation montages. There's one when they're sending the signal of how to bring them down, and then there's one at the very end when they have been brought down.
Yes.
And so within those two, we see striped shirts, cigarette smoking Frenchmen.
Yep.
They're so French.
So
Yeah.
French.
Like a bunch of people in Egypt, like wearing turbans and flowy clothes.
Yep.
Yep.
And then tribesmen in Africa shaking their spears
Shaking
at the
spears
aliens.
at the ship. Yep. That was interesting.
That one was the one that was a bummer.
It was a little weird. Because, like, clearly someone in that part of the world, like, had a working military and took the ship down. So, like, we could have seen, like, maybe both.
Yeah.
Maybe the people with the spears and the military, like, together, being like, we did it, look at that.
Yeah.
Not just the people with spears. The first montage where they're getting the Morse code, I really did like that. Like, just to really, again, bring it home, like, this is a good precedent. America is a good country.
Yeah.
There is a member of the Royal Air Force. And they, like, the guy's like, we're getting a message from the Americans. They figured out a way to take down the ship. And he's like, it's about bloody time. It's like, so clearly all of Europe has just been sitting around waiting for America to solve the problem.
Yeah. Yeah. And that guy's so British.
So British.
Yeah. I'm surprised he wasn't drinking tea and
Right?
had like a riding crop under his arm.
Yeah. It was amazing. Or, like, being cruel to an Indian boy.
Yeah. I mean, he was in Iraq, right?
Yes.
I don't know why they did that.
Maybe, like, a bunch of... Maybe as Europe was exploding, they all just, like, converged into the Middle East.
Maybe it was supposed to convey that countries were working together.
Right.
All right.
Or colonialism.
Or close.
Maybe both?
Take your
kind of a combination of the two?
Yeah, maybe.
Like, it might have been sort of like a second colonialism where it's like,
It might
look,
have-
we're just coming in. We're in charge.
Yeah.
You can
Right.
help or not, but we're in charge now.
We're here to receive the message from America on how to take out the aliens.
You there, man. You there, man in a turban. Stand by the Morse code in case the Americans tell us something.
Indeed.
I don't think any Big Ben.
No Big Ben, no Rio Jesus. Oh, I think we saw. Oh no, I thought we were seeing London Bridge, but then it was the Sydney Opera House.
Yes.
That's what happened.
Correct.
Molly, you were not concerned really with the dog at all in this movie.
Yeah, you seemed confident that dog was going to be okay.
I really, as soon as we started watching that scene, I remembered about the dog, and I knew the dog got unsafe, so I was okay.
The last time you watched it, though, was it a tense moment for you?
Yes.
I mean, that dog can take care of itself.
Clearly.
I mean, it's like the most capable family ever. And that little boy, Dylan, was
Oh,
so
forget about
calm.
Jesus.
I looked up his
So
bio.
cute.
Yeah.
He's 27 now,
Okay.
Wow.
which is just amazing to think about.
That is terrifying.
Was first cast in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air at
Oh.
4.
Oh, yep.
And
That's
so worked with Will
where I
Smith
recognize
there.
him from.
Oh,
There
was
you
he the
go.
youngest kid? Like,
Yeah.
after they had another kid in the last few seasons? Or someone had a kid?
I don't remember how
I don't remember how
what
that
his
went.
relationship
Yeah,
was.
I don't either.
But there is a moment towards the end where Will Smith and the kids seem to have like a genuinely kind of cool, easy moment. I'm like, oh, well, it makes sense if they've worked together before, you know?
Yeah.
And had a few roles and some voice roles, and then not as much. But has a very active Twitter account and is a big basketball fan.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
I know sports.
Speaking of chemistry, I thought Jeff Goldblum and Will Smith had great chemistry.
Yeah, they were actually in less of the movie together than I thought they would be.
Yeah, for the people that seem like the stars of the movie.
Yeah.
To my mind. And still, before and after, I would still say they're the two stars of this movie. Yeah, they kind of don't. They're going with a ship at the end. That's kind of it.
But
Yeah.
they've got a nice moment.
Yeah.
Which I guess is why you can buy that at the end. They're best friends.
Best friends.
Well, they've been through a lot
Equally
together.
cool, equally hot.
They look so cool.
so cool
So hot.
smoking those cigars.
I would for sure watch like an Odd Couple type
Yeah.
sitcom about those two.
They should do that now.
Well, in the
Why not?
Independence Day universe,
Well,
Will Smith
is
is dead.
Yes, correct.
Wait,
Wait, what?
In the
what?
sequel, he has died.
Yeah. So
Because he wouldn't be in the...
Correct.
he wouldn't
That's
didn't want to
correct.
do it. So
Yeah.
then it was clearly established in like promo materials in between
Yeah.
that he had died sometime before
This movie.
the Independence Day resurgent came
Whoa.
out.
Okay, well, that's garbage.
I didn't mean they had to play those characters. I just meant it'd be fun to watch older Jeff Goldblum and older Will Smith like
Oh,
be
are
in
they
a
going to be
movie
the
together
future grumpy old men?
or something. Or they just just they hang out.
Palling around.
That'd be fun. I'd watch
Yeah.
that.
For sure. Netflix.
Get on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Netflix
Make a new Grace and Frankie, but
with Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum.
Will and Jeffy.
Oh. Adorable.
Get on it. Execs.
Yeah.
Hey.
There's money to be made. Presumably.
We should talk about the real star of this movie, which is Cigars.
Yes.
We touched on it briefly before.
We did.
And,
Pro recycling, pro cigars.
Yeah.
but there's in addition to all the victory cigars that Will Smith has, it seems like almost every character has one. There's some flight commander giving out orders. Robert Loggia's got some.
Judd Hirsch. That was
Judd
the
Hirsch.
name that we could not get right
Jeffy
before
G's
the
dad.
break. Yes.
Oh, yeah. And we had wondered if he was going to be an annoying, overbearing Jewish father or not. I found him charming.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah, me too.
I was fine with it.
I thought he was great.
I enjoyed.
I liked when he got all fired up defending his son.
Yeah.
That was good.
I liked also that it was clearly established that when he gets fired up, even the president of the United States will stop and listen to this man.
Because he's a good man.
Yes. Good
He's a
president.
good president.
Mm-hmm.
And a war hero.
Yeah. Right? Didn't he say he was in a war?
He was in the first Iraq
There we
War.
go. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So not even that long ago for his presidency.
Right. So he probably just got
He probably
back
just started.
and then ran because some strategist in whatever party he belonged to was just like, this guy is huge. He looks like Batman. Or he's going to be great. His wife is so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he just swooped in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I brought this up during the movie, how the spaceship, when they finally take it out, even though it had clearly gotten over Area 51.
Yeah.
Because it was opening up his super laser.
Because Robert Loggia said it's about to fire its primary weapon.
Which is amazing.
That's the best line in the whole
There
movie.
were every once in a while, there was a couple of lines or helpful graphics on screens. It's just in case someone wasn't following along this very simple plot.
Yeah.
And it was great. And that was the best one. Where, the thing that we saw an hour earlier destroy every major landmark, opening up again, but they still needed to have a character to be they're turning on their primary weapon. Just in case we didn't get it. But when that ship got taken out, very dramatically, chain reaction, explosions everywhere, it was funny how it just sort of conveniently listed away from the human populace and landed helpfully in the small foothills next to the base.
Yeah.
Rather than just crashing to the ground and crushing everything.
Yeah, or at least trapping everybody underground.
Right.
Oh.
Which would have been
An
a real
awful.
bummer of an ending if Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum land with their victory cigars, and then it's what do we do now?
How do we give people out? That
And
would
then
be
Jeff Goldblum takes off his top and says, we start digging. Dun 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 dun. Independence.
pan out.
Yeah.
Two sweaty men.
Ooh, and then it becomes like Con Air, and they're just pulling the entire 15-mile wide ship
Yeah.
with ropes on their sweaty shoulders.
Yeah. I did bet there would be a lounging Jeff Goldblum. There was not.
No.
But there was some sweaty chest that you
For
could
sure.
you could ogle
Yeah.
Yeah.
if
Like-
you were so inclined.
There was a lot of his outfit was designed where you knew what was under there. You had an idea of what, you know what I mean? It was I don't know which came out first because I can't remember now when JP came out. Was JP first?
I think
94?
JP was before this.
Okay, so maybe that's what it was, where Roland was you know what's under there. I'm not going to waste my time
Yeah.
getting the lighting perfect to get that glistening chest, so I'm just going to hint at it, and you can just fill in the rest yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remembered my Jed Hirsch story. Yes. So, Jed Hirsch starred in a show called Dear John,
Yes.
which was a sitcom, I believe, on NBC.
Okay.
Possibly ABC, but I think NBC. And the reason I'm familiar with that show is because I was in Los Angeles and I really wanted to see the taping of a live show, and there was a very popular show that
Dear
was
John?
being filmed. Not Dear John. Dear John was definitely not the show I wanted to see. I don't remember what the name of the popular show was right now. It's probably erased from my mind because we waited for an hour or 2 hours outside. And they basically said, and even though we were the third and fourth people in line, they said, sorry, we're all full up. You can't come in. I was like, I'm sorry, excuse me? And the whole group got really upset and we'll see what we can do. So then we waited and we waited, and finally they ushered 10 of us into the very back row of this taping.
Mm-hmm.
And what we didn't realize until we got there is that everyone else who was there to see the show were mostly friends and family of the people performing.
Yeah.
And they had spent that hour or so drinking lots of alcohol and eating delicious hors d'oeuvres in air conditioning.
Mm-hmm.
So the mental state between, I would say, 90% of the audience and this one row of grim, angry 10 people in the back was really stark. And I remember watching that show just with arms crossed, just so angry.
Mm-hmm.
And we did not find it funny or delightful. But everybody else in the audience did. And I think it was a first moment of like it's not shingles that fall from your eyes. What is it? Scales.
Yeah.
The scales falling from my eyes about how TV is manufactured.
Yeah.
And I'd never thought about manufacturing the audience.
Yeah.
But you do that.
Yeah.
Anyway, Judd Hirsch was in that show, and he should have known better. No, I'm just kidding.
And
No,
then
was
he
fine.
walked up the stairs to the back row of the audience,
Said-
and he took you by the hand and said,
Thank you. Thank you for enjoying your privilege by spending an afternoon waiting to come indoors.
oh, boy.
No, but it was interesting, right? Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
It was not directly his fault.
Right.
It really is tangentially.
I mean, I'm blaming him.
Me too. If I ever meet him, I'm going to be like, why'd you fuck with my friend back in L.A.?
Yeah.
Dear John. Was he Dear John?
He was, yeah. Because he was a guy who had been through a divorce. His wife had left him with a dear
Did they
John
tell you
letter.
all of this before the show?
No, that's the whole premise of the show. His name is John, I'm pretty sure. And then he's going to group therapy because it's the 90s.
Yeah.
People
Ah.
like therapy jokes. And there was the main therapist lady would always, her big tagline is there'd be a certain point when somebody would reveal something or whatever. And then she would say in a clippy British accent, were there any sexual problems? And that was a big punchline.
Sure.
You know what? Maybe the 10 of us were right.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You guys are tastemakers.
The Grumpy 10.
Ooh, I like it.
Keanu Reeves is almost in this movie. I guess those are all his kids, right?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
eldest kid of Randy Quaid is like,
Not a good actor.
He's like Junior Keanu. It's
but
weird.
yeah, like look, cadence,
Yeah.
acting style.
Yeah.
But I was wondering, because he actually has a very challenging moment in the movie where everyone else is celebrating because all of humanity has been saved.
Yep.
But his father has sacrificed himself and he's heard over the radio his dad saying goodbye
Yeah.
to he and his siblings and going into his death. And so he's, of course, very sad. And there's an exchange that sort of in a movie way makes it all okay.
Right.
And he does some really basic acting during that
Yeah.
time. Like, he delivers the lines, and I was just imagining, I just personally love the idea that he came in fully prepared to deliver a grief-stricken son's who is in shock moment, and the director was like, yeah, we're going to need you to dial that back to Keanu and deliver that.
Like, you're actually pretty happy now because humanity's saved and it's the end of the movie.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he'll be like, really?
But yeah, that's true. Like, now he is... I mean, he was already pretty responsible for raising his siblings, I guess, because his dad was a drunk.
Yeah.
But, like, now there's, like, a weird...
Yeah.
You know...
I mean, it's got to be tough for him because obviously he cares about his father, but was kind of a burden on the family to a
Yeah,
degree.
indeed.
Although the father did take care of the son, right?
Yes.
So I thought that was an
Yeah.
interesting...
Well, they wanted to show that he was, again, a good person. Like, they
Right.
wanted to make it clear, like, this is a good drunk.
Yeah, everyone's good in this except that CIA guy.
Sect F.
But even he gets redemption.
By praying with Judders.
Yeah.
Yes.
Through Judaism.
But didn't that seem almost sort of like a snaky, like, well, maybe the Jewish God will save me?
Oh, no, I felt like it was a
seemed
chance to get in a
All right,
Jewish
all right,
joke.
all right.
Or not a joke at the Jewish person's expense. But there is a moment where he comes and sits down in this, what turns out to be a prayer circle.
Yeah.
And Judd Hirsch's character says, pray with us. And he says, I'm not Jewish. And then Judd Hirsch says,
Nobody's perfect.
nobody's
Hey.
perfect.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
Nobody's perfect.
It's a good old joke.
And then the planes shoot around again, and it's super fun.
Pew 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 pew. Fox 4.
Yeah. But it is funny that, like, his character throughout the entire movie is just to, like, be a dick.
He's the worst. He just says no to everything.
Oh, and then gets really accusatory and little kiddish about stuff.
Yeah, and at one point he's just like at one point he literally, I mean, this is, again, like, this is where this is the kind of movie that is being created before us, is like, he literally says, like, essentially he's like, I know you're upset because your wife just died, but I am strongly disagreeing with you.
What an uncaring man.
Yep. He knew about the aliens because he was head of the CIA and knew about Area 51.
Yeah.
And Robert Loggia yells at him, rightfully so. What a jerk.
What a jerk indeed.
But you know what? He does okay.
Well, before we get to our ratings of this movie, we have a segment that we sometimes do on this podcast where we read reviews of our own podcast in the impression of someone from the movie or Nick Cage or a requested impression. And we again have no new reviews on iTunes, but we do have a review on Stitcher, and I know because I was told about it. That's what you have to do if you leave a review on Stitcher. You have to tell us because we don't check it.
Yeah. But you were successfully told about it.
Successfully told and successfully obtained it via the internet. So, does anyone want to do one, or I could give a whack at Robert Loggia?
Oh, please
yes.
do.
Sure.
Okay. So this is from Anonymous. 5 stars. Fun! I'm not a big podcast person, but this won me over. Funny and smart. Discussion about old movies before and after Dan's, Molly, and Beth watch them again. The chemistry between the hosts is great. They make each other laugh so well I feel like I'm right there. Also, I think Dan's Nick Cage impression is truly excellent. This is a hint. Oh. Yeah. Maybe we should have read that as Nick Cage.
No, this is even better. That's so much better.
Well, thank you, Anonymous.
Can you end it? But they actually ended it with firing their primary weapon, right?
They're firing the primary weapon. Hello, Robert Loggia. So, thank you. If you want your review read, please leave it on iTunes or somewhere else and tell us if it's somewhere else.
Yep.
You can also write us emails at our new email address.
What?
Electronic mail?
Which is hello@totesrecall.com, which is also the address that the newsletter comes from, which you can sign up for at totesrecall.com.
Yes.
Scroll down,
Do the thing.
figure it out.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the communications business. Dan, you gave it a 5. That's me, Dan. I gave it a 5.
Okay.
The order's different. I gave it a 5. 5 Jeffy G dads.
Yeah.
Judd Hirsch's. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to stick with that. This movie is great. It's got Jeff Goldblum. It's got aliens. It's got ridiculous extra work. A lot of explosions. And pretty good characters also. Like, better than you would expect for essentially an explodey summer blockbuster. I loved it.
Oh,
Would watch it again.
cool.
Molly, you gave it a 4 because you wanted to be nice to me.
Well, yes. And I stand by my 4.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. I had fun. I thought the characters were a lot more interesting. I love Vivica Fox's character a lot. And I really like Jeff Goldblum. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I still hold it up to the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids standard for a 5-star rating, which is practically unattainable.
Wow.
Because that is also wrapped up in my relief and joy at having seen a movie I truly enjoyed. After I feel like there were a string of stinkers leading into that. So
I mean,
it may be unattainable.
With you, it's been just sort of like a consistent string of stinkers with this one bright star of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and then like the 10 car minutes of Fast and Furious 3.
Or Apollo 13, the greatest movie.
Yes, or Apollo 13, the movie that you get yelled at if you talk during.
Yeah. Or Big, probably. You might have given 5 to Big. We might have all.
Oops.
Oh, I for sure gave 5 to Big.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who
One of
knows?
the best movies.
So if I'm comparing this to Big, not quite.
I mean,
Sure.
They are different rating scales. These are Jeffy G days.
Yes.
We don't
Both
know.
have Robert Loggia in them, though.
That's true.
Nice.
Oh, good points.
But that's fine.
Okay, thank you.
I'll accept that as a nice
Gesture.
thing towards me.
Excellent.
We did it.
Yay! All our fences are mended.
Yep.
Dan, you gave it a 3,
Mm-hmm.
worrying that it would be not the right amount of stupid.
Yeah. Correct. It was. I very much enjoyed this movie. I'm bumping it up to 5 Juds.
Whoa.
What?
Because it's like you said, Dan, it is like just a nice blend of like silly explodiness, but actually is like surprisingly well thought out, considering what kind of movie it is.
Yeah.
And like well developed characters. I would also like to up my rating of Jeffy G scenes.
Oh, that's right. You already gave it a
Ooh.
6 for every time.
Yeah,
he was
I'm
on
gonna
stage.
bump that up to like 10. I'm gonna
Sure.
say 10 Jeffy G scenes, and then I'm going to take a unprecedented third bump
Oh.
of 20 Judd Hirsches
What?
anytime a like day player with one line showed up on screen, because that was seriously maybe the most I have enjoyed like one scene characters in any movie we have ever watched on this show.
Yeah.
They were all
They were all firing.
amazing.
Casting director crushed it.
Crushed.
Beth, you gave it 5. You had no memory of it, but it sounded like fun.
Yeah, I thought it was fun. Here's the thing. I don't know that it's like the perfect movie. So I might have to retract half a star.
Okay.
Half a Judd.
Have a
Half a
judge.
But yeah, I thought it was super fun and I enjoyed it. And aliens were in it.
That's true.
Jeff Goldblum was amazing.
So good.
Yeah, he's the best.
4.5 Jeffy G dads.
Jeffy G dads.
Is it like 4 Judd Hirsches in this movie and then 1 Judd Hirsch in Dear John?
Yeah. It's the Dear John Judd Hirsch. That is a tongue twister.
Yeah, it is.
Dear John
Judd Hirsch.
Dear John Judd Hurst.
Dear John Judd Hirsch.
Hirsch?
Hirsch or is Hurst?
Hirsch. Yeah.
Hirsch.
Dear
That
John
sounds like
Judge
not
Hirsch.
a word anymore.
Dear John Judge Hirsch.
Hirsch.
Dear John Judge Hirsch.
Now say it like Robert
I'm
Loggia.
saying judge every time.
Judge.
Dear Barry, the primary web. Dear John Judge Hirsch.
Love it. So good.
Thank you for listening to Totes Recall. New episodes drop on the 15th of every month. You can find us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at Totes Recall Pod. Subscribe on iTunes and leave a review. It helps more people find the show. Totes Recall is hosted by Molly Chase, Beth Gibbs, Dan Jaquette, and Dan Linden. Produced by Beth Gibbs. For more information, check out noisepicnic.com/totesrecall.